What's going on, everybody? This is a 3-part video series where I'm going to be explaining my upcoming book, How to Vibe Out an ebook. So if you're interested in getting the book, stay tuned. So many details in this video. So we're going to start with what is the book about. That's what we're doing. We're going to talk about what the book is about. I'm going to explain why I even decided to write a book. And lastly, I'll talk about, the release date, price points, and discounts at the end of the video. So let's start with number 1. What's the book about? Well, it's pretty clear from the title, How to Vibe Out. So I didn't even know what vibing out meant. I didn't even know when I started this season. I had no idea. I just had a company statement that I rolled with. Y'all know what I say every time. This is a community to give local voices a public platform of shared ideas, knowledge, and perspectives, right? If you have that memorized in your head, I rate it. And so that's kind of was my intention going into it. It took me all season to figure out what that meant. And along the way, I learned lessons, experiences, knowledge from my guests, from connections I made. And so I just naturally started writing and thinking about all these ideas, and I wanted to put them down. So I figured out what vibing out means. In fact, it's not even a definition that's available on the internet. I checked, okay? People say vibing out is when you enjoy music, but that's not detailed enough. There's no definition. So I'm gonna be, for the first time ever, explaining what vibing out means. So I'm literally defining something that hasn't been defined yet, all right? So I learned through this season 1 and season 2 that, it's a human experience to vibe out, because we have to do that purposely, intentionally, consciously. And so we're gonna look at the mind, the body, and the soul in this book. 3 sections. Each section is about 7 to 8 chapters, and the book is 80 pages plus. So it's a lot of content in this book. This book is essential, okay? My mentor, I'll never forget what he said about selling products. You wanna make sure you sell, not a vitamin, because vitamins we could use a vitamin, we might need it, but he said sell a painkiller. A painkiller is something that you absolutely need, right? You absolutely need it to take away pain, to give you a good life. And this book is a painkiller, okay? I'm telling you. The things I've learned, the growth I've experienced, if you know me, you've seen it, you've experienced it by being in this community with me. Everything I learned is in this book, and it's going to uplift you. It's going to provide insights and perspectives that help you, that serve you well. And so this is a painkiller. This book, especially given these times in this pandemic, right? This book is exactly what I think a lot of people need. So that's what I'm selling. It's a painkiller. It's going to uplift your life, and it's not going to be expensive, and it's going to be an investment on your part. So why did I decide to write it? As I kind of said before, I just wanted to collect my experiences, lessons, and knowledge. I found myself getting up at 4:44 every morning and just writing down notes, and I started writing chapters, and it was like a passion project at first. But I started realizing, you know what? Why not just turn this into a book? Why not just make a product? There's a financial incentive. I could make money, residual income. You make a product once, it sells forever, that kind of thing. But I also wanted to use this as a way to bring people into the community that we have here. So that's why this book is going to be expanded. Every chapter is going to have its own episode where I explain more. That'll be exclusively on the Patreon. So this book is going to bring people towards the Patreon, right? By joining the Patreon, you're gonna get a discount on the book. So if you're thinking about buying it, why not save 25 to 50%? So I'll get more into the Patreon next episode, but if you wanna join, if you're looking into that and thinking about it, that's the heart and soul of this community. Check the link in the description, join now, make sure you get that discount and maybe an early access to the book too, so you never know. So when's the book coming out? Y'all probably know, April 1st, less than 2 weeks. That's crazy, less than 2 weeks. We'll get into price points next week on part 2 of this series. But for now, just be ready, because April 1st is a year since I started this podcast. So it's gonna be a big celebration. Just be excited, just be patient, and I'm excited to get this book out to you guys. So thanks for being here. If you have any other questions or concerns, leave a comment or just DM me, and I can, get a conversation with you going about the book. So I'll see you guys in part 2 of this series, and have a good day.